Oozy and crispy all at once.
Oozy crispy curls.
Oozy crispy does sound like some way that, like, if Burger King once again releases an anti-ghost burger, your
Sure.
oozy crisping
For-
exorcism burger.
For the new year, we ordered from for the Christmas, our work ordered from IHOP, and I was all like, "That's weird. They got latkes. Let's roll the dice. Let's see how good these are."
Hell yeah!
And they
party
were
time.
definitely the consistency of both crispy and oozy.
Oozy. Yikes!
Yes.
I went to Denny's too on Christmas Day. Weirdly enough, it was me and my dad in a Santa suit, and that's it. We were the only people in there. It was 4 a.m. It was
Santa brought his boy this year.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, welcome to Werewolf Radar, the world's premier paranormal preparedness podcast. My name's Jordan Dahl.
I am Nate Balding.
And I am Santa Roger.
And today's episode of Werewolf Radar is brought to you by Monstruco brand New Year. Instead of continuing on into 2022, try Monstruco's New Year, an entire year filled with horrors and atrocities, the likes of which will make you wish you had not diverged from the original timeline. Monstruco New Year. Uh-oh. It doesn't say whether after the year is up, you get to go back to normal year or you have to keep living in this Monstruco timeline.
I think it's like a pocket year that fits in between 21 and 22, maybe.
It doesn't say, which I think is part of the scare factor, because this is clearly some sort of, self-help situation where they want to kind of scared straight your bad attitude about like, I'm a millennial. Wow, I want to die because fruit roll-ups aren't a thing anymore. And they're like, oh yeah, spend a year in fucking Monstruco. New Year. Monstruco year, if you will. And that's the idea, but I don't know. I hope they let you out, because otherwise, what's the point? I mean, to just toil in one of their factories? Surely not.
Wait. Fruit roll-ups aren't a thing anymore?
Well, I mean, they're not the cultural they're not the cultural touchstone.
Oh my God, I think I've used this Monstruco New Year already. I live in a different world.
Are you in it? Are we all in the new year already? Shit. That explains so much. Maybe we'll be released on January 1st.
Does everyone keep hearing the ball drop over and over endlessly?
But if you got a good thing going, if you're like fucking Seth Meyers or whatever, buy another year of Monstruco New Year.
You seem to be doing good.
Keep going. You seem to be doing good.
Yeah, but isn't that what normal money does for you?
Amber Ruffins, keep rocking it. Buy another year. Some people are crushing it.
Holy shit. Anyway. It's not the new year yet. It's still 2021 outside, all over the place. So what do we have, y'all? What do we have for them for at least one more week of 2021? Also, happy Christmas, you Yule fools.
Mm-hmm. You Yule kids.
And I think by the time that we next speak, it will have been either your Monstruco New Year or
a regular continuous 2022.
Yeah. 2022 is going to be weirdly great for us, though. We're partners in a film festival in the UK for the Paranormal. Check that out. 14filmfestival.com.
Oh, I thought you were just. I'm partnered with a different film festival. Butts to Nuts.
Oh, which one?
It's all. It's the best butt pictures of the year and nut pictures.
Don't get me wrong.
Like about nuts, walnuts, and stuff.
I do think there are some narrative films in the 14 Film Festival that do involve some butts.
Fit into the butts to nuts category.
Yes.
Pumped about that. We get to watch some 14 films and more importantly, do favorite thing, which is have an opinion about them.
I thought you were going to say abscond to the UK.
Maybe give it a couple of years. I'm looking into it.
Jordan's going to go there in person to just truly judge the films.
Yeah, I didn't. I came down here. It's not because I'm not fleeing the United States or anything. Yeah. Hey, wasn't Flea the name of the guy from Red Hot Chili Peppers? Hey, hot dogs.
I wanted to check the haunches on all of these movies. Search its undercarriage. Run it through a little
Check the
weird loop.
teeth. Yeah, do that thing where I pull up I look at the gums of the movie. Boy, old white dudes love to do that, huh? They love to touch your dog. I've had more than 2 people, exactly one more, come up and like try to get my dog to do that thing where you like look at their teeth, and it's always like old kind of huntery dudes.
What are they looking? Are they looking?
I don't know.
For wolf dogs?
I don't know what they're looking for, and I don't know that they'd tell me if they found it.
They just leave it up to you. Flip you a coin. Good luck, kid.
One dude went to do it, and my dog was like, and he was like, "Oh, she's not ready to yield quite yet." And I was like, "Yeah, she just met you outside of a grocery store, sir."
Yeah.
Anyway,
well, keep
your hands off my dog.
We last left Liberace floating.
Oh yeah, that's right. Holy shit! Back to the planet Pompadour.
It was in the Grave Nugget from last week. If you are a Patreon member, you have heard this. If not, this is the second part of a thing that you will get eventually.
That you're gonna be confused about.
And you're like, it's easy to find. Become a patron and unlocks every post we've done. You can easily search Grave Nuggets and find the Grave Nugget Space Liberace.
What you need to know going into this segment, which is called, Nate?
Tingle them ivories. That's not even the right thing.
One.
Tickle would be
tickling the ivories.
Nah, that's what Earth Liberace did. Okay, Space Liberace tingles them ivories. He goes underneath.
Okay. Basically, Liberace is from space. He returned after his death to a group of stunned people to announce that he's now 12 feet tall, lives in a banana-shaped flying saucer, and is an intergalactic warlord. Take it away, Nate Balling.
So we're coming back to I think we briefly touched on it. This is Battle of the Pompadour, or Battle Lord rather of the Pompadourans.
Battle Lord of the Pompadourans. You should also know that my Liberace impression sounds a little like this. It's a bit of a Poland. So get ready for that.
According to Encyclopedia Demonica, and I think I read this passage, but we'll roll them back slightly. Liberace, before he returned to his homeworld, revealed to sources that he was in fact not of this earth. His home planet Pompadour, as it would sound in the human tongue, went to war with their sun. Being for that reason alone, Liberace departed from us in the physical sense and now fights the good fight elsewhere in the galaxy.
Oh crap, I have to get back to Pompadour.
I don't know if you're leading to it, but he's fighting the good fight through a number of malicious means.
Oh, what do you mean?
Oh, well, yeah, I mean, they're all space monstrosities, you know.
Yeah, so I do believe in the Grave Nugget, we learned that Space Liberace has genocide 17-ish.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. He is, in fact, and some of his fans know this, apparently.
The true fans, the ones that listen to the B-sides.
Yep. He alone is credited with the sacking and total annihilation of 17 races of beings throughout the cosmos.
That's right. He's a total fucking Xenu.
Yeah, he has earned a reputation as a sadistic, enigmatic commander. Liberace often said, "If you do not know tragedy, you cannot know fabulous."
What is he, fucking dark side?
My man, that rules. How can you know the heights of depravity if you don't know the depths?
And then it just lures you in with honey-soaked grapes.
Decadence and blood, my friend. Decadence and blood. Board my ship.
We're going to take a brief jump into his history.
Hilarious. Drinking out of a skull.
As a child on Earth, Space Liberace mastered the art of makeup to cover his grayish alien skin so he could play with the other children. It took him 15 years to emulate the way a human body moves. As he was learning,
Wait, so
I
he
just
did 15
danced for the first 14.
No words, just movements. That's great.
I think he's probably like clattering around all Edgar suit style. Occasionally,
Liberace, how
tickling
many
an ivory
elbows
or
do you
two.
have?
The correct amount. I don't know. Where are you from? Planet Questions?
As he was learning, he was the subject of a tremendous amount of teasing by schoolyard bullies. And his penchant for eccentricity and attention-getting practices that earned him some popularity also made him the object of ridicule.
Boy, I know that.
It was during his teen years in his human lifespan that he took a keen interest in Renaissance France, noting they had the best hair.
They
The
did. It's not a
pompadours.
lie. They fucking did.
It's true. That is true. Didn't they have like crazy wigs filled with bugs?
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Giant.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, what's not cool about that?
there was architecture the size of half your person.
Sure.
On
And you
top of
could
your
put
head.
bugs in them, and you could bring them home for the kids to play with.
How about those ladies who had like the big crazy like floats attached to their rear ends, the bustles?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A wild look.
Mm-hmm. Wild look, but functional. You used to be able to carry a kid on that thing.
Ladies would charge threepence a ride for a lift home. As
There's
they
a brief,
glided like airships through the streets.
there's a brief history of the pompadour as established in France by Madame Pompadour.
Wait,
Then
the
also-
pompadour, the people?
No.
Oh, okay.
The hairstyle that
Okay.
he was obsessed with.
I see.
Not the
That is
planet
also the
that
name
he
of the
came
planet.
from.
Yeah. It was also apparently related to the pompadour bird or Pompadour cotinga, which I feel like I've seen, but didn't really know it was called that. A small bird from the Amazon rainforest, where the males have their crazy bright red head feathers that
Nice.
get them
yeah.
the ladies.
Dude,
Ladies.
North American birds are so boring compared to like the birds of the tropic. I'm just disappointed.
Listen, that's only because you're used to seeing red-tailed hawks and bald eagles and turkeys. I can't go anywhere without I'm ankle deep in turkeys.
That's
out
fair.
here.
That's fair. When I literally
I'm
had
back
that
over
turkey
3
walk
turkeys.
by me, when I had that turkey walk by me at work, I was literally frightened as the dinosaur just walked
They are
right by
scary.
me. I
They're
stayed in
weird.
my car for an
They're-
extra 2 minutes until it got far enough away.
They're weird.
Yeah, they're a lot bigger than you'd think.
You are right, though.
Yeah.
They're a lot less colorful, with the
They're
exception
more-
of like a
They're just as-
woodpecker.
They're just as colorful, but it's more of an earth tone that I am used to. You are correct.
We got a lot of hawks.
In addition,
Cherish your local hawks, Roger. That's what I'm saying. Get out there in spring and make hawk juice, make preserves,
All right, I'll make some hawk preserves, send it to all the patrons.
hawk confit.
In addition, Liberace owned a rare Conover Pompadour model piano named after the 18th century French design it emulates. The model's soundboard is directly in front of the pianist's head, like the hairstyle, so the sound is very immediate and direct. It is thought that there are only 3 of its kind in this universe.
Whoa! In this, okay, that's interesting.
Universe.
Interesting choice of words.
And besides, Liberace was such a neat freak that he designed and patented a disappearing toilet that would fold up and retract into the bathroom wall.
Nice.
Dude,
Regarding
that's
this
nice.
triumph, Liberace would
I
often
don't
say,
like having toilets
he's not-
around.
He's not wrong. His actual quote is, "There's just no reason why you should walk into a bathroom and see a toilet."
It reminds me of Dookie.
plus the extra room. Like I got this smaller bathroom.
So
like I wouldn't
funny.
mind like having the linen closet I have in here be retractable, and why not my toilet as well?
You're talking. Yeah, I mean, I guess I see what you're saying.
Early in life, Liberace recognized that musical notes were a type of language. He adopted the piano as his instrument of communication. Musical notes on Planet Pompadour are used to coordinate military strikes with their grand space armadas. Many interstellar wars were carried out behind the veil of his Vegas shows.
Wow.
Oh, this is like an Ender's Game
Liberace,
thing. He's
known as
just
the
here
king of the
playing a
bling.
game.
Wow.
He's just here playing a game, and then but really he's, or in this case, playing a song. And in reality, he's commanding the vast armies of Pompadour.
Wow.
That's exactly what was happening.
Whoa. Liberace. The liberator, liberating races of people from their heads.
From existing.
Yeah.
Liberace, known as the king of bling, had extravagant tastes. His philosophy was too much of a good thing is wonderful. As for the over-top performances, he'd say, I'm a one-man Disneyland. And according to Encyclopedia Demonica, he danced and sang his way into our hearts.
Yeah.
He did. We're talking about him to this day.
Actually, I'm looking over here and Wikipedia confirms that fact.
Yeah, all the while annihilating civilizations throughout the cosmos.
That is actually left out of the Wikipedia article.
He was staging invasions on a galactic scale right from the stage during his Vegas performances. It is a documented fact that Liberace had an identical twin that died at birth. Could it be that his twin didn't really die, but it was him that was abducted? And like the scenario of the evil twin plotline, there's both an earthly benevolent Liberace and an evil space Liberace.
Wow.
Like maybe he has an evil twin
There is
raised
always
to be the warlord.
There's always two.
Yeah, and Liberace was just transmitting to him all of his world-destroying playing.
Dang.
I
That's
don't know
rough.
what to take of this, because I know Liberace as the one-time guest of a Scooby-Doo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And in that
And
guest,
to
he
now-
was not a cartoon. He was using it to orchestrate massive cosmic annihilations.
Yeah, just another cover-up, Raj.
Crazy. Everything's
So now we're
a
going to
cover-up.
talk.
Truly.
We can talk a little bit about his return.
Mm-hmm.
The small town of Fife in DeKalb County, Alabama, made news in '89 when local residents reported a series of UFO sightings. On 11th February, a woman called the Fife Police Department and reported seeing a strange light in the sky. Later, police reported seeing them over in the direction of a local landmark called Lookout Mountain. A call over the police radio from neighboring Crossville described the same object crossing over their town.
We have a
So they
Lookout
were-
Mountain.
There's a Lookout Mountain
We do.
everywhere. It's
There's
kind
a
of
Lookout Mountain everywhere.
it's very first thought. I'll say It does afford dads across the nation the opportunity to go, look out, mountain, whenever they see the sign.
It's a good joke still, though.
Yeah, it's not bad. Good job, Mads.
numerous other strange sightings were reported. By the next day, more than 100 residents, including the town's police chief and his assistant, had reported seeing the object in the sky. Now, this is going to be the Liberace banana UFO
of legend.
That
it's my
as we
banana
all know,
of
having
death.
listened to
It's an
last week's
Argonaut.
Patreon.
It is a forebear of destruction.
Is described as metallic, triangular, or boomerang shaped, or banana shaped, as they later called it, hovering at an angle and outlined by green lights with a bright red light centered on its underside.
Interesting. So I've
So
actually
this thing appears was this every Friday night for multiple weeks, like clockwork.
wow, interesting.
Thousands of people have seen this thing.
Wow. What? Okay, I was imagining when you say banana shaped, I imagine like a banana coming down but it's more like the
Yes.
boomerang on the back of a
Yeah.
Chrysler or whatever.
Like
right?
a
a
crescent,
well-curved
kind of a
banana,
crescent
yeah.
shaped.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't care about that. It's a banana shaped
It's a
UFO.
banana. That is
It's
better.
yellow. It has a
Right.
little tip at the end that a banana has.
Yeah,
I'm
if you
saying
didn't
it's
want
slightly
people to-
peeled too.
If you didn't want people to think it was a banana, then why did you put the peel on it?
There is a later British sighting of a similar craft that does have peelings coming off the ends,
Hilarious.
like little
ridiculous.
fringe at both sides.
There is I've heard of that shape of craft before, so that this tracks as much more of a sighting than it did before. Like before, it sounded like, okay, so this whole town there was a gas leak, obviously, and they had this crazy hallucination. But now it's like, okay, that craft doesn't seem quite as fucking, Salvador Dali insane.
Ridiculous. Yeah. Thousands of sightseers descended on Fife as it started getting, a little traffic. The British tabloid Daily Star reported they were the first ones, at least the first ones noted in this article, to have picked up the report of Liberace stepping out of the UFO to play the floating piano.
What? Mamma
Very
mia.
reminiscent of Final Fantasy VIII, which is also on sale on Steam.
Yeah, boy.
There's a part where they're all playing instruments on a floating stage for the refugees at the water camp, and it is very Space Liberace, it turns out.
Truly.
The roads around Fife were jammed with 6 miles of Alabama State Highway 75 clogged with RVs, motorhomes, and satellite TV trucks.
Bonkers.
Helicopters soared overhead like an invasion of locusts. Hordes of tourists looked skyward as they tramped through cow pastures. In commemoration of the sighting, Fife now annually celebrates the UFO Day Festival, standing for the unforgettable family outing instead of,
Wow.
Dude, good for human society for fucking getting a UFO. And every culture I know has like a UFO festival from the time the UFO came down and just gave the society a good shookin'.
That is true. I mean, listen, more and more these days, I see religion, like when people talk about religion and like the stories within religion, I'm like, oh yeah, this is for sure when aliens visited cavemen, and we were just like, this is what happened. I don't know how else to describe it. It's an angel walked among them, and he had like unto his face 4 faces and hands beneath his wings, and be not afraid of the eye creature.
He is sensitive.
Yeah.
It's where we get that beautiful song. You are the hands beneath my wings.
Yeah, that one's about the Anunnaki.
It goes on. It talks about the Fife Festival a little bit with hot air balloons and aliens. So the face painting, the usual kind of stuff you get. Apparently, also featuring Andy Woods from the nearby town of Fort Payne as Barney Fife, but spelt like the name of their town instead of the name of the Don Knotts character.
Okay. All right. That's good. Narrowly avoiding years of ridicule, surely.
It apparently revenue from that gave them their very first traffic light. Just kind of funny.
Say that again? Sorry, what?
Revenues from this festival got Fife their very first traffic light.
Hilarious. That's good.
Awesome.
In the Liberace zone.
Good for them.
That is so awesome.
Couldn't he have just given them one from his, he's
but it would have shot
space
lasers that
destroyed sort of
thousands at a time.
High-tech glamour death machine.
Yeah, but like maybe a space ruby would have paid for that and maybe multiple lights to keep the community safe.
Yeah.
Mayor Howard Mitchell was asked about the Liberace UFO experience. He lamented, quote, "I wish we could get somebody to see another one." Noted cryptozoologist and lake monster researcher Scott Martis, who relatively sure has come up on this podcast before, recently stated, if there wasn't a real Space Liberace, we would invent one.
That is such a phenomenal thing. I can't argue with any of that logic.
I mean, that's a
Solid.
good point. It's the old the fucking sideshow attraction theory. We'll say we have a potato shaped like a bat, and people will stop and give us money.
Yeah.
This is the place where
I
Liberace
accidentally,
touched down.
Yeah. This is Jesus's face in my toast.
This is Jesus' face in his toast.
That's worth $1,000.
At least, please. You can have the toast.
It goes on to talk about how they think maybe Space Liberace flew a banana-shaped thing and landed over Fife because he thought it was really funny, because there's a well-known banana company called Fife, headquartered in Dublin, Ireland.
Wrong Fife, though, but great gag. I get it. Wait till they get a load of this. Everyone's gonna get it.
Well, I mean, it would be kind of fucked up, as Fife was on one side of the Chiquita banana wars that were happening in Central America.
Really?
For a good couple of decades.
Wow.
Yeah, where a lot of people died. El Chapo came out of this thing. It's like the foundation for some major cartels.
Blowing my mind.
The banana wars. Me too.
Yeah, there's even an appalling banana massacre.
Wow.
If you want to
yikes. The banana massacre.
Read up on a history.
Stop eating bananas, folks.
Really
blood bananas.
Horrifying things.
Buy Fife. No, don't buy Fife or Dole. Buy Gary's Nanners.
Buy Werewolf Radar Nanners.
Buy Monstroko brand Blue Nanas from grown under the twin suns of a strange dimension. Tastes like hate.
Yeah.
Oh.
On Pompadour, homeworld of warlord Liberace.
Exactly.
Many people have ridiculed the Fife banana-shaped UFO account. However, according to one of the now published reports from the British Ministry of Defense of previously classified UFO documents, and here's the thing I was mentioning earlier, a banana-like object was also seen over London. In May of '89, the RAF reported aerial phenomena in the form of a crescent-shaped object like a banana that was blue in color with appendages hanging from its lower end.
Wow. It was a blue banana. It was a blue hate banana.
It was straight up peeled.
Weird. Humorous.
The RAF, it was seen by more than just a couple of people also. And the RAF actually reported it. So it seems like a good reporting.
Yeah, it's a little bit more of the legitimate variety for sure.
They briefly go into a little bit of the separate versions of the Liberace UFO. Although I think it's, if you listen to this podcast, it's fairly well covered. Some people thought it was more of a triangle. Some of them thought it was a banana. Some of them thought it was more of a crescent slip. One thing they have said specifically, it cannot be a weather balloon. That is from a research scientist at the National Scientific Balloon Facility, a NASA contractor.
Who won't allow it.
Yeah, she says very specifically, not a weather balloon. This was a flying object that has not been identified.
Balloons are gentle creatures. They want only good. You get out of here. Okay, well, wow, there you have it. Part 2.
Yeah, I mean, there's
of the man from Pompadour.
I think that pretty much covers it, unless you want to get into like some Weekly World News stuff that is funny, but
I do, but I mean, we got to leave Pompadour at some point. Okay, well, thank you, Nate.
Only to go back when they fight their son.
For tingling the ivories, Glory and Blood, the Liberace story.
Good title.
Decadence and
Behind the
blood.
Candle Blood? No, Glorian Book's better.
Okay, I would like to go next. I have